How to scale your fashion brand to 300,000 a month in 5 simple steps. This is the 2024 version. If you're seeing this before 2024, you're early, okay? We got a little bit of an agenda for today, case studies, what is going wrong, our concept, and then the 5-step process. I'm gonna make it as viable as possible. This is for fashion brands, this is for founders, CMOs. If you're in e-commerce, you can learn a thing or two as well, okay? My name is Thijs, I'm the founder at ecomgrowth.io, and we consult fashion brands with scaling their online business. Now, before we go over anything, you wanna know, should I even listen to this guy? Here's a couple of case studies. We helped Indie Clothing from 100 to 300,000 a month in 5 months' time. We actually been working with them for longer than that on a consulting basis, and we have a pretty strong growth spurt from here in November all the way to here, okay? Then we got Lemonade Dolls, record sales months in 60 days with record low cost per acquisition. The number one thing that they needed was a new customer acquisition. That's what we helped them with because they have a underwear subscription business. So there's a long lifetime value. Here's testimonial, you can check that out. Then we have an undisclosed ready-to-wear brand. They went from 82,000 to 342,000 with 38% net margins. Okay, this is in less than 9 months. Usually I don't show a case study that does not want to be disclosed, but in this case, they had really great net profit, and I want to include that as well in here, okay? So 90% of fashion brands, they're doing it wrong, and that's why they are stuck, that's why they're not getting results, and that's why there's a high likelihood that a lot of these fashion brands are going to get wiped out in 2024 and 2025, okay? So here's what I see happen 90% of the time, okay? Then one, the founder creates and designs collections. They are starting their brand. They're focusing all the time on the product, which is not a bad thing, but it takes more time than expected. And then to simplify their life, they start selling B2B and wholesale and neglect the direct-to-consumer website sales. After a couple of years, they find out B2B is very hard. It's slow in payment terms. It's low margin, it's high risk, and you don't control your own customers. A lot of negative points. Founder wants to grow D2C now, but is ignorant to marketing and then hires an agency, okay? I understand that a founder has a ton of things on their mind. There's operations, there's product, there's team, admin, finance, logistics. There's so many things, and then you also have to do marketing. It's really tough. So you decide, okay, why not work with an agency, okay? They're the experts. Now, the agency is busy with 20 other clients. They have no idea what they're doing, and they're losing money for the brand, okay? This usually happens for around 6 to 12 months until the founder knows they have to step in, save their business, and start doing things for themselves or hire in-house team members, okay? Now this step 5 actually is a little bit longer because what often happens is that founders, they think, okay, it's the fault of the agency, so we need a new agency. And they go from agency to agency until they just figure out that nothing is going to work. They either blame themselves or they keep blaming the agency. But really what is going on here is that they should not have been working with agencies in the first place because the model is broken. It's really hard for an agency to help 20 different clients at the same time and all get them results. Okay, until the founder knows they have to step in, okay, and they start building the in-house team. And this is a recent trend. A lot of founders have been stepping on this, and this is the right direction, but it comes with a couple of challenges, okay? So at this point, you're probably doing anywhere from 50 to 300,000 a month in sales. You've gotten a good understanding of D2C. You've watched some of the YouTube videos out there like these. Maybe you joined some courses. You learned a thing or two, and then you know about your e-commerce and your marketing, okay? If you're at this stage, then this white paper is written for you specifically, okay? So you're here, but now you're stuck, and the problems are new customer acquisition cost is not going down, it's only going up. There's too many things to implement. Team members are nagging you with questions because you have the in-house team, everybody is running around like a chicken without hat. There's overwhelm, chaos, disturbance, rather than clarity, high spirit, and motivation, okay? And revenue is growing, but you have rising advertising costs. You have the economy being disturbed currently. You have competition. and everything is making it very hard to grow your business. And all of that is resulting in profit margins shrinking. Okay, so you've lost your hope in agencies, but you still want help and you want clarity. You want clarity, so now you're here. And I say welcome, because you're at the right place. All right, so the core concept at econgrowth.io is that fashion brands do not have a lack of ideas or knowledge to grow their business. They just don't know how to diagnose their own business and understand what to work on in which chronological order. Okay? That is the number one problem that I see. It's not that the fashion brands are stupid or they can't learn, or they have the knowledge. They know what they should be doing, etc., but they can't diagnose the business and understand what is going wrong and what they should focus on in which order. Okay? That's my mouse. I accidentally clicked this whole thing away. All right, and agencies are not the answer, as they often make problems worse. All the fashion brands need is an in-house team and expert guidance to help them understand what is going wrong and what needs to be done first. Okay, in this document, you'll learn how. So who is this for? You're the founder, e-com executive, or investor of a high-end fashion brand doing 7 figures, and you see clarity on the path to 300,000 a month and beyond. I wish I can say 8 figures, but we have not helped a brand with 8 figures just in D2C sales yet. But many of our clients, they are at the growth rate to hit that in the next 6 to 12 months. So let's say figuratively, you want to go to 8 figures. You're running an aspirational brand featured on Revolve, Farfetch, Net-a-Porter, but you understand the wholesaling shortcomings and you want to scale through your own verticals. Your collection are high-end, high-quality, high-priced, but you aim for sustainability and building a purposeful, driven brand. And you believe, this is very important, you believe in ownership and you do not like the idea of an external agency running the business, okay? You already have a small internet teams, you're making good revenue, but the expenses are creeping up, okay? So there's a couple of market trends that I am sure you have noticed yourself already. Okay, we're in a super dynamic world right now. Everything is changing by the minute. Right now, competition is increasing by the day. You need to have a strong, unique positioning and differentiation to make sure you get around your competition and the new competition and the copycats. Online marketing tools and technology are becoming more and more simplified. They are automated and they are requiring less time. And outside agencies and freelancers are becoming completely irrelevant as a result. You'll learn more about that later in this training, why that is and why it's super easy to scale right now without an agency. Ad costs are rising year on year. It's becoming more and more expensive to advertise. And if it's hard right now, then it's going to be harder next year to be profitable on your ads. And the last thing is a lot of turbulence. So there's endless money printing by the government. There's inflation that hasn't even caught up yet. You have pandemics, wars, debt crisis. You have a lot of things, and very few brands are going to survive over the next 24 months because everything is now closing in on this industry. Okay, and obviously fashion is not the only industry who is going to be affected. Now you have two options to counter this. Okay, so either you're going to watch from the sidelines, not knowing what lever to pull, working completely capital inefficient, leading your business to a slow decline and your competitor slowly stealing the market share, or you seize the opportunity to cut off any fat out of your business. You boost both revenue and profitability by adapting, innovating, and leveraging the new technology that is available to you. And you're going to thrive in this new difficult economic situation, all while outpacing your competition to dominate your market now and in the future and reaching escape velocity as the founder, okay? So this document is going to show you how to do the second. If most people, look, the easiest thing to do is do nothing. So that is what most founders and CMOs are going to do. They're just going to hope that things are going to change slowly, okay? It's just a natural human law. If it's really hard to make a decision, people will make no decision, okay? That's what most fashion brands are going to do. There's going to be very few who are going to understand that, okay, we're in a very unique situation right now. We have to make a drastic change to be able to survive in the next 12 to 24 months now. And if we don't do that, it's going to be too late. What I'm saying is, if you're not prepared or if you're not going to make drastic changes right now, you can better already throw in the towel because you're not going to be surviving in 12 to 24 months from now. So to me, the choice is extremely clear. Okay, and if you're going to be doing nothing, then you're guaranteeing yourself into failure because there's too much force going into a negative direction right now. And it's not extremely drastic. I like what Warren Buffett says is whether you have upstream or downstream, you just keep swimming. Okay, that is important. But what needs to be happening right now is change and action is needed. Okay, I'm going to show you what I'm proposing to do. There's many things that you can implement. This is the strategy that is working right now. So here's the main promise, okay? This process is going to be simple, but it's not easy. And those who are, but to those who are walking the path of recreating our world, it never feels like work at all. And as one of my best friends, who's an award-winning product designer, always says, the world is made of clay, and you have the power to shape it. Okay. And you can scale your fashion brand to 8 figures without ruining your brand, requiring agencies, building a huge team, getting on, running the bill on ads. Okay. You can do it with a very small team, in-house, lean, mean, automated. But yeah, it requires some hard work. Okay. So the steps to do so that I'm going to outline. So this is kind of what you're going to learn in this document. And these are the steps. You start with having fundamentals in place. Okay, this process is not going to work if you don't have a strong foundation. You create viral ads that are not boring and they're share worthy. Okay, you're going to do this through iteration and testing. You eventually get to the viral ad. And once you have the viral ad, everything else will be a breeze. Okay, this is why it's step number 2. First, you need the fundamentals, otherwise nothing's going to work. Then you need a viral ad. The viral ad is going to help you find the viral ad. You run and by the way, don't be afraid by the word viral. It just means that people are sharing your content. Doesn't mean that it's some weird home video meme type of video. Okay, it's just a video of great ad as you expect something share worthy to be. You run your advertising scientifically, making sure no money is being lost. You create a creative assembly line to make sure you keep replicating your winning ad templates and you keep bringing in winning ads into the ad platform. And then you scale up the ads by leveraging the algorithm, okay? This is not about media buying tricks. This is about using the most powerful AI in the world right now and using the biggest data factory that is available to entrepreneurs right now, which is Meta, okay? You're gonna leverage those to make a shit ton of money from your brand. That's kind of what we're gonna do here, okay? It's kind of dirty, yeah. But this is how it works. So you keep scaling by handing the process over to a 2-person in-house growth team who will continue to scale your business for you so you can focus on the big picture, your collections, your products, and never having to rely on an agency ever again, okay? We have a 2-word motto at Ecom that is take charge. I'm going to show you how to take charge, okay? Quick background story. My name is Thijs. I am a dropout of uni to pursue my own fashion brand in 2016, okay? There's a lot of people trying to teach you what to do who dropped out of high school yesterday and they watched 4 YouTube videos, okay? There's a lot of them and you know it. So you want to know, is this one of those? Okay, so I started my own fashion brand in 2016. It took me 2 years, but eventually I got this vintage style sunglasses brand to 30K per month. But yeah, 2 years of trial and error. And then when I had the 30K per month, there was not much left profit. That is a story for a different time, okay? I started an advertising agency for fashion brands. A lot of people came to me, hey, can you help me with those meta ads that you've been running? So I started focusing on that, which was a lot easier, a lot better lifestyle, to be honest. But yeah, not really a scalable business. Anyhow, I scaled 20 plus brands, managed over 150,000 a month in combined ad spend profitably. We got a couple of great case studies out of that too. This was 2017, 2020. This was when everything was super easy. Then 2020 to 2023, I personally helped to scale a ready-to-wear fashion brand end-to-end on all facets of the marketing from near zero to 300,000 a month. Okay, I was hands-on, hands-on, balls deep, everywhere in the process. Now, 2023, I built ecomgrowth.io, which is an extension of the agency, but instead of being the agency, I figured out this model is not working for the fashion brands. This model is working for the fashion brands, the in-house team. Okay, so now we're consulting fashion brands to break free from relying on agencies and internalize my process and scale with their own in-house team. Okay, and we're on a mission to build the best accelerator for high-end aspirational fashion brands, so founders can take back control, scale their business, and make an impact on the fashion industry, and not be poor and not lose all their money in the process, and not work for 6 years to end up with nothing. Okay, so if that's you, I want to make sure that that doesn't happen. So we're here to help, and we're building an accelerator. Okay, you can check me out here: Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. So as I said, required for the process, flawless fundamentals. You have to be able to answer these 4 questions. Why should anyone buy from your product? Why should anyone buy from your product instead of your competitor? Why should anyone buy your product from your website as opposed to in-store or from online retailers like Revolve, Net-a-Porter, etc. that is also selling your product? And number 4, why should anyone buy your product now as opposed to next month? Okay, there's a lot of different reasons why people should do that and why people actually do that. But you gotta really make sure that that counts for you as well. Okay, so the main idea behind this is you need a strong foundation. You need a good product. People must want your product. It should be better than your competitors, or at least unique, or speaking to a different audience. And then it should be very easily accessible from your website. Okay, if your shipping time is a month, nobody's going to buy it. Even if it's like 4 days, it's going to make it hard on yourself. If you have high shipping cost, impossible return policy, if you have best-selling products going out of stock all the time, while Revolve or Net-a-Porter has way higher stock of your exact product because they're making bigger orders from your product, yeah, everybody's going to buy from Revolve, Net-a-Porter. Okay, and then why should anyone buy your product right now as opposed to next month? Well, maybe you're doing exclusive drops, maybe there's limited editions, maybe there's exclusive benefits, there's parties, I don't know. There's a lot of cool things that you could throw into your brand to make a stronger brand, but I'll go over that here. So without a clear argument for each of these questions, doing anything related to growth is going to be difficult. What is important here is that you don't rearrange the chairs on the Titanic. You don't put band-aids over bullet wounds. You fix the fundamentals first. And working on the fundamentals always yields the highest long-term return and is required if you even want to barely scratch the surface of growth. Check the document if you want to go more in depth on this. By the way, you can find it in the description. Differentiation, you're positioned uniquely in the market. Simple. Everybody understands it. You have a strong positioning, so you're not everything to everyone. You're not trying to hop on every different trend. Design. You and team understand basic design principles from product to website, okay? It should all be consistent, should all be really good. You cannot half-ass things right now because there's just too much competition who's not half-assing things. It's really hard right now. That's the main thing. It's not like 10 years ago, okay, where you can make a ton of mistakes everywhere. It's a lot harder right now to compete. So purpose, there must be a specific goal in mind. Okay, for customers, stakeholders, team members, everybody must be motivated. And you're doing good to the planet and the world with a customer first approach. Backend, in-house everything, production, try to have as much as possible in-house. In general, this is harder, but this is where you're creating a competitive advantage, okay? Logistics, this is the most important thing. Time from production to warehouse stock is less than 90 days. If you can get this 1 day, it's better, it's perfect. Fast shipping to the customer, ideally 2 to 4 days. Free low cost shipping to the customer. Duties and taxes are paid for if you're shipping international, okay? Or the customer is informed upfront on the exact amount that is due to be paid. You cannot say, yeah, there will be duties and taxes coming to you. We don't know what the amount is, but we only know that you're gonna pay for it. I mean, nobody's gonna buy your product, or no one is gonna go for that. It's just gonna take that gamble. So this is logistics, okay? There's apps for this. There's services, there's DHL. There's a lot of services that you can use to make sure that the logistics are in place. If you have specific questions, reach out to me. Your operations are organized, P&L is clear, monthly budget, stock forecasting is done. You want to have experience here, okay? Don't work with an inexperienced operations manager. You want to have somebody who has been in storms, who has weathered those storms. And then this is, I think this is the most important. It's going to be unit economics, okay? The numbers work out and make sense. You want to, if the math doesn't work, the business never works, okay? So this means a decent average order value, $200 plus, ideally higher than that. A product cost turnover of 4 to 5 times or more, okay? You want to have clean margins so you can be relaxed, so everybody can eat, so you can pay bills, okay? And costs are minimized on all fronts, okay? All the big founders in the world, even Steve Jobs right here, everyone, they're all super cost focused. Andrew Carnegie said, gentlemen, what's your cost? Okay. Shout out to Founders Podcast. If you're not listening to Founders Podcast, you're missing out on a lot of founder mentality knowledge that is required for the next 24 months. Capital, 12 months of operating cost as a buffer. There's room for skill. You have a line of credit of 3x monthly revenue with up to 90-day rolling payback terms. Okay. And I'm assuming most of you savvy operators reading this or listening to this video, you already have the fundamentals in place to at least a solid degree, okay? But if not, fix that first. Here's where you find most of the leverage. If there's anything that you feel like you have to lie or say, yeah, we kind of have that, yeah, we kind of have, okay, double check yourself here. See if you can really improve here, because what you do here has a way bigger impact on the front line. Okay, people say, why are our ads are not working? And then you see that it takes a month or customers pay $20 for shipping. Or why are my ads not working? And there's $1 profit margin. Okay, this must all make sense. This must all work. Okay, that's it. Last part is brand over everything. I want to go too deep on this, but the power of a brand is the magic profit that is added to your bottom line without direct explanation, okay? That is kind of my interpretation right now, at least in the fashion. Within fashion, and brands are the most important. Marty Neumeyer said, what is a brand? A brand is a result. It's a customer's gut feeling about a product, service, or a company. It's not what you say it is, it is what they say it is, and the brand is your reputation, okay? It's kind of like, you got to imagine your customer looking at your website or at your ad and then seeing something and then thinking, do I want to be a part of that? If I buy this thing, what does that make me? If I buy Steve Jobs' outfit right here and standardize my wardrobe, what does that make me? Makes you an entrepreneur. At least that is what is in the mind of these people, okay? If I buy the Balenciaga, what does that make me? That makes me high status. It makes me an artist. It makes me on the forefront of fashion. I think right now Balenciaga is creating a different kind of narrative here where it's more degenerate, but that is for another video. 5-step process to 340K per month, okay? You understand all of this? Now, finally, let's go over the process, okay? Number 1, assembly of a viral ad, okay? This is the most important thing. If you understand this, if you have this, then you don't have to really worry about all the other things, okay? All the other things will kind of fall in place, or at least will be a lot easier. One viral ad can bring in 100,000 in net profit alone. A viral ad is almost always good for your brand. Doesn't matter how ugly it is, okay? You don't want to have those stupid ugly ads because they're not going to work. That is the whole problem about it. They will never go viral. But it's almost always good for your brand. Brand destructing ads usually don't go viral. With viral ads, I'm not talking about a funny meme video or doing dances on TikTok. A viral ad is an ad which is sharing worthy and which gets shared between your niche audience. Can just be demonstration of your product and people would be like, oh, I love this. Let me share this with my friend. I love this style. I mean, that is how it goes on Instagram or TikTok or any other platform that has Messenger or retweeting or whatever. A viral ad is an ad of share worthy. Viral ads should look amazing, be on brand, but they can't be boring, okay? You cannot try to nail the on-brand, clean, professional, and then have a super boring ad and then hope it's going to work, okay? It's gotta have some spice to it. Interest, it's gotta evoke emotion. One viral ad can make up for all the authority, social proof, and positioning that you don't have yet, okay? So this is why the ad is so important. You're a small brand, maybe you're doing 50K per month, 200K per month. Nobody knows about you. Nobody's ever heard about you, okay? Why should a customer give you a chance? You have no authority, no social proof. Maybe, yeah, you have a cool product, that's it. But can I trust that? Do I know it's actually cool? Do I know it's actually good quality? Can I take your word on it? That's where you need the authority and the social proof. Here's what happens if you have a viral ad. This is what happened with one of our clients, okay? They had a viral ad. We found it, identified it. They got hundreds and hundreds of comments from influencers with millions and millions of followers, okay? So if all these verified people, okay, this was in the time where verified was not like purchasable. But if you have all these people that the names you would recognize, Jen Salter, with millions of followers are saying, oh my God, I love this. This is amazing. I want to buy this. I want to wear this. Okay. If a new person or an average person, I don't want to say that. Okay. If anyone or another influencer would come in, check the comments of the ad, see all these people, all these comments, instantly in their mind, they're like, oh my God, this is the next big thing. Okay. They feel comfortable about buying this. They feel, okay, if I buy this, I'll be with them. They feel comfortable at sharing it with their friends as well, because there's a lot of cool people sharing this as well. And not only that, you're tapping into the audiences of these people. So let's say you have these influencers, instead of having them make a video about your product, they commented on here for free, and their audience will likely see that. That's how the algorithm works. And they'll be like, oh, if this is what that person is buying or liking, I gotta have that too. Okay, it's more authentic, it's even stronger than influencer videos or influencer ambassadors. Okay, because it's super clean. Okay, so this is what a viral ad does. Now, only the video already sold the product. They don't have to go to the website to get sold. They go to the website to buy it. They're like, I want this now. Let me just make sure there's free shipping. Or let me just make sure that I can afford it. Okay? So that is the power of a viral ad. Now, you're asking, How are we doing this? How do you create a viral ad? Now, in short, iPhone 14 Pro, simple, clean shots, CapCut, stupidly simple and free editing software, and then some creativity, which you can get from the TikTok Creative Center or from the Facebook ad library, okay? Just look up the brands, get creativity. Now here's a small selection of 4 brands, of 4 viral ads. These right here, they all do quite well, and they're just great ads. I'm currently creating an entire training on the 8-figure fashion brand ad creative machine, okay? So this is the entire process. That, ladies and gentlemen, you get maybe next month or later. So if you want to have that, make sure to subscribe, like, and whatever to make sure that you'll be reminded for when that video comes out. But that's it, those 3 steps. That is as easy as you can start out. You don't need a lot. And you don't need to overcomplicate this, okay? So it's no gimmicks, no tricks, no discounts. You don't need all of that. Just clean content, nice cuts, and some music and some text, okay? The music can help a lot. Sometimes without text is better. These are things that you can split test. And chaka, that's it. One viral ad is great, but really to keep sustaining high growth and revenue growth, you can't always rely on one single ad, okay? And you're probably not gonna get it on the first try either. So what you need to do is you gotta test a bunch of these ads. You gotta test iterations, okay? So a couple of things that you can try out. Change the first 4 seconds of the video. Change the images, change the audio, okay? Make these tests, and you can slowly find your viral ad, okay? So talking about testing, scientific advertising. With advertising, we mean the active pursuit of getting the message across. It includes paid advertising, social media, organic, email, SMS, everything, okay? Advertising is both an art and a science. The art is in the message creative and the big idea. The science is in interpreting the data, understanding what works, what doesn't, and then systematically scaling what works. Taking learnings, okay? It's a scientific process. It's one of the most important things in advertising is that you do it scientifically, okay? Every marketing dollar should be accounted for. Every campaign should be split tested, benchmarked, and analyzed. Whether it be your Klaviyo email marketing, your website conversion rate, or your meta ad campaigns, all advertising should be done scientifically, okay? And you can keep improving over and over again, creating mini flywheels inside your marketing operations by understanding how to advertise scientifically. Okay, so let's get in some jiggy insider secrets. Okay, Cloud Hopkins wrote the book Scientific Advertising, and the information disclosed in this book was considered to be so dangerously valuable that the agency which Hopkins worked for did not allow to publish it and kept it secret from the public for over 20 years. And after he first wrote it, 100 years later, it still remains a bestseller and required business reading for any entrepreneur, okay? I highly recommend you get this book. You'll probably get a different copy, a much more ugly looking copy than this beautiful one, the original. Anyhow, note number 2 is that David Ogilvy, you know who it is, the world's most famous advertiser on which Madison Avenue TV series Mad Men was based on. Okay, there I said it already for you. They made this required reading for his entire company and has set to recommend to read the book 7 times. 7 times before even thinking about getting a job in advertising, okay? You don't have to read the book 7 times. I do recommend to do it if you want to get good results, okay? It's just mindset in advertising. The iterative approach of scaling with scientific advertising, okay? What's the iterative approach? Okay, somebody split test the ads on meta ads. After 3 to 5 days, you analyze the data, identify winners and kill the losers. The media buyer kills the budget for the winners, notes down any key insights. The art director receives the feedback and creates 10 new ad creatives, building on the insights from the previous test. And the new ads are tested against the previous winners, and then you rinse and repeat, okay? You test the ads, you find winners, you find losers, you take away the losers, you note down what you learned here. Then you create new variations based on those winners, and you test them against the winners. And that is how you consistently improve your ads, okay? If one ad brings in a 10 or 15 ROAS, you can start scaling that. You can start scaling it until it starts dropping the ROAS, okay? Everybody's seen the ad, it's no longer working anymore. But by then, you've already made 50 to 100,000 out of it, okay? And that's when the other ad that you've been testing and that's being better, then you can scale that one. Or you scale them simultaneously, okay? So advertising is really a process of making it more profitable, scaling it until there's too much entropy, and then focusing on profit again. So it's like making profitable, scaling, making profitable, scaling, making profitable, scaling. And this is the process that will get you to very high growth, okay? Simplify it as much as possible. How many ads do I need and how often? I would say as much as possible, but start with like 3xing, 5xing what you're currently doing, okay? If you're currently doing 10 ads per month, start doing 30 ads per month. Now, this brings me to the creative assembly line, because you asked, Thijs, how do I create 30 to 50 ads per month? Well, because with fashion, the visual is at the core of the business, you're gonna need a lot of content. And whether that be video, photo, copywriting, or graphic design, trying to go at this randomly is going to create a lot of mess, okay? And a lot of work and most likely heavy losses. So hence the need of the creative assembly line. And the creative assembly line is a production-like process for creating a winning ad creatives in a predefined sequence. In simple terms, it's one person or multiple persons, more about that in the new training, effectively leveraging technology to manage and create content. So it's kind of like input, process, output. It's a system. That is what is important, okay? And this is where the input is the raw images, videos, and written copy. Process is the editing of the raw materials into ads. And then the output is ready to launch ad creatives, okay? Or that would kind of be the output of the process. Eventually you get results of the ad creatives, and then those results are analyzed and there's feedback given back here and also back here, okay? And the feedback is the media buyer telling the art director which ads are performing well, okay? Just froze in my brain. So this person knows which content to create more of and what edits are working. And the art director can use the feedback to request new content, to improve the content, to make new edits, to talk with the influencers, etc., etc. Maybe to delete some influencers, maybe to get some new ones, okay? And this system is a self-reinforcing positive feedback loop to create better and better ad creatives. And once the creative assembly line is in place, everyone can just do their thing. And the system is in place to make sure everyone is doing the right thing right, okay? This is how it looks like. You have product images, studio shoot, influencer content, a campaign shoot. All this content is sent to a drive. The video editor or the graphic designer, they have access to the drive. They make their editing, they create ads. The media buyer launches the ads, and then the media buyer analyzes the results and give the feedback to the video editor and the graphic designer, and also give the feedback here. So there will be feedback given here and here, okay? It depends on the size of your business. If you just do like 50K per month, then this is likely going to be one person managing this whole system. Launching the ads, seeing the results, editing the ads, creating the content, okay? If you're doing 100, 200K per month, you want to have a team of 4 people. Again, more about that in this week's training, okay? The creative assembly line is a flywheel, okay? It moves faster and faster and faster, creates bigger and bigger results, because you can create better ads, you get more learnings, you get more profit, which can then be reinvested into better ads, and then it will create more advertising budget. Okay, this budget can then be reinvested into scaling harder or creating better ads, creating more learnings, creating more profit. Okay, it's a reinforcing flywheel. It goes faster and faster. Okay, this is why I said at the beginning, the viral ad is the most important, because that is what starts this whole process. You get one viral ad and boom, you're off to the races. Now, how do you scale? Okay, people are afraid that media buying and running ads, it's technical. It's not. Nowadays we have Advantage Plus shopping campaign. Okay, if you're starting out, use this. It's super easy. If you're not starting out and you're doing 100K per month, try testing interest targeting. If you can still get that to work. Sometimes you can find some pockets of profit, but these profits will be small. It's not made to scale up. What you can do is, keeping it super broad, you can set a couple of bid caps, okay, around your cost, target cost per acquisition. 1x to 2x your cost per acquisition, bid caps, okay? Those are a couple of things that you can do, but in general, if you have a viral ad, you can give it to the Advantage Plus shopping campaign and boom, it's high scale, high profit, that's it. You don't need anything else, okay? And look, back in the days, this is what's happened. Complex targeting, big mess. This is just so much trouble for such little money, okay? Nowadays, it's this. You have a testing campaign and a scaling campaign, okay? In the testing campaign, you make your test all in one campaign. So you can always look back for 5 months ago, see in that campaign, okay, what was like the earlier test that we did? What did we learn from that? Okay, you keep it all in one campaign. You keep it very simple. And then you have the scaling campaign, and that's where you scale. So all the winners of the testing campaign go into the scaling campaign, and this is how you scale, okay? This is how we get an account going from 10,000 a month to 300,000 a month in a year, okay? It's clean, it's simple. It's not crazy complex mess, dirty ad account. So instead of doing all of the weird shit, 50 different campaigns, combined interest targeting, 4.3% lookalike audience, okay? All you need is a testing campaign, scaling campaign. And optionally, in fashion, it can be a little bit difficult sometimes. So you separate campaign for doing specific promos, product launches, or for specific collections. Maybe you drop a new collection, separate campaign. You drop a new product, separate campaign. Or Black Friday, separate campaign. Okay. Other than that, it's the scaling campaign for the viral ads. It's the testing campaign to test. Okay. So that's it. And the best thing is you can do this without an agency because it's so simple nowadays. You don't need an agency to do all of this for you. Okay. I'm working with a ton of clients who dropped their agencies, who took it in-house, who get some good content in, who create a good ad, they launch it, and we 6x, 7x their profit from the ads within the first 21 days, okay? And they spend a couple of hours a week, 2-3 hours a week in the beginning, because, I mean, there's a learning curve, but later it takes even less time. And that's the founder doing it. It's just clicking a couple of buttons, especially in the beginning. With bigger ad accounts, you're probably gonna have some person for it, and you're probably doing omni-channel, okay? So you don't wanna be doing that all alone, besides all your other responsibilities. But for most people, it's super easy, okay? And Elon Musk said speed is the ultimate weapon in business. All else being equal, the fastest company in the market will win, okay? So this is why you should start taking action. This is why you should start making tests. You should go like this. You should not be thinking about shit the whole time. Not thinking for 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Should we work with this photographer? Should we test Twitter ads? No, you get the idea, you test it, you implement it, you see, okay, next. And this is how you move with speed, okay? Bill Gates said at 27, okay, nobody knows who Bill Gates is nowadays. They think it's like some kind of philanthropist. I recommend you to check out Hard Drive or Overdrive. Those two books written, very good books about Bill Gates, okay? He was one of the most ferocious business people ever existed. Anyhow, Billy G, okay? We nowadays, he goes by the name of Billy G. And not everybody is as much of a fan anymore, which I understand. Okay, he said most people don't understand that profit is a function of speed. Okay, this is something that I highly agree with. Profit is a function of speed. Now, as you know, I'm not the biggest fan of Billy Goat or Mr. Musk, but when it comes to business, I'll take notes. Okay, and profit is the difference between making 300,000 next month or making it 12 months from now. Okay. If you're going to make it 12 months from now, you have 12 months of cost in between. If you're going to make it next month, you skip out all of those 12 months and you're there tomorrow or next month, okay? That is the difference. Now, I don't say that you can get there in 1 month, but what is important is that you get there really fast. And the way to get there fast is with speed. And if you work with an agency, it's going to be very, very slow process, okay? You have an idea, you explain to your team. Your team then thinks about the idea, okay, they tell it to the agency. The agency thinks about it, okay, they tell it to their junior media buyer. Their junior media buyer is going to try to implement it. They make a couple of mistakes. Then it goes back to the chain of command, back to your team, back to you. You figure out, okay, and now it needs to go back. It's a very dreadful and slow process. Even if you have the direct connection, maybe your agency is just the founder of the agency. The person who's running your ads is the founder of the agency, okay? There's a lot of small agencies, okay? Maybe there's this direct connection. Great, but it's still very slow because this person is working with 20 other clients. He's focusing on growing his agency, okay? There is no speed and there is no trust and direct knowledge of implementation, okay? When you have an in-house team, you have speed of implementation, you have control, and you have feedback loops being very short, which allows you to be much more profitable. And you remove the cost of the advertising agency because most of you already have an in-house team, but they're also working with an agency. So you're just paying double, okay? This is the profit way. This is not the VC way, okay? If you was in time and last year you received a couple million from the VCs, okay, that doesn't happen anymore in 2024. If you got funding, you're lucky, or it's very small funding. Maybe you get some small funding. You're lucky, but the funding is going to stop as well. I can tell you that. Now, this is the profit way, okay? This is the bootstrapping way. This is how that works. If you work with the VCs, yes, you can work with 10 different agencies. You can make all of the mistakes in the books. You'll be fine because you can just throw a ton of money at it, okay? If you're not in that spot, you probably want to use the profit way. Okay, so you need to have an in-house team because they can spot an opportunity and implement it and test it the same day. They can spot an error and fix it the same day. They can send and receive feedback daily, hourly, and not only internally, but also across departments, okay? Maybe sometimes you need to talk with product design or it's a customer support or I don't know, with whoever, okay? This happens internally, this happens super fast. They achieve 10x results because they understand both the brand and the customer in depth. They can make better ad creatives. They can do everything better. If managed correctly, it is 5 to 15 times more cost effective because you cut out the middleman. Outsourcing key parts of your business is extremely risky. Someone else controls you, okay? Let's say you do get results with the agency. Let's say they are crushing it. This is super rare, but now you are in control. You're trapped. You're trapped in the agency trap. Okay, so good luck. Good luck being stuck there because now this person can tell you, yeah, we're going to increase our service fee because we're making you so much money. Okay, there goes your profit. Okay, this is how it goes. So it's just not a good situation to be in. Not having an in-house team is costing you multiples on your business valuation. If you want to ever sell the business, people who want to buy the business, they're not gonna buy a business that sits with that huge risk of an agency managing the whole thing, being in control of the thing that they're looking to buy from you. Okay, so you want to have an in-house team regardless. Okay, my mouse is acting kind of weird. And I believe those are enough reasons for now. Let me just give you one more, okay? There's nothing cooler than having a stellar team of studs operating like a small special ops team, making the dream work together, okay? Taking risks together and being rewarded together, okay? There's nothing cooler than that. Why give that away to an outside party? Why give all the reward, all the cool stuff out to a party that stresses you out? And that being said, I believe most of you savages already know, most of you savages already have an in-house team. And in fact, it often times blows my mind by hearing from founders doing less than 7 figures with having 8 people on the team. Okay, and that leads me to my last point, the effective management of the in-house team. Okay, the in-house growth team is focused on growth. All the way up to 300,000 a month, your in-house growth team should have no more than 2 people. Okay, if you have no more than 2 people, there's a lot of waste in your company. Okay, don't sit with waste. Be cost efficient, be cost effective. Make sure you get stellar team members that know what they're doing, that have access to the new technology, that have access to the new strategies and the knowledge to be able to effectively grow your business, okay? If you want help with that, that's what we do at Ecom Growth, okay? So as a summary, fundamentals. Assemble the viral ad, only run scientific advertising, build a creative assembly line, scale your ads with simplicity and by leveraging the algorithm instead of doing all kinds of complex shit, and then wrap it up with an in-house growth team. Now, you can do it alone, which is extremely challenging. It took me 3 years to figure it and refine out the process. Or you can decide to get help and work with me and the team at Ecom Growth. If you want to learn more, click on this link, go to the website or type it into your browser, ecomgrowth.io, and there will be more information on the website. Okay, I've been growing fashion brands since 2016. You have the ability to cut the learning curve of all the time it took me to learn this shit, okay? How long is that? Is it like 7 years? 7.5 years, I believe. You save yourself all the money I've invested in learning this. You save yourself all the mistakes I've already made, my clients already made, and get first-hand specialized knowledge from someone specifically focused on building brands in the fashion and design industry, okay? There's no business in the world right now. We're really the only ones who are helping you build an in-house team for fashion brands specifically. There's a couple of other guys who do this for e-commerce brands with gimmicky type of stuff. And they are great, but the fashion industry is different. And then there's like 5 agencies who have experience with fashion. We're the only one in this section. So right now, I'm the only one in the world doing this with fashion brands. And if you're interested in learning more about ecomgrowth.io, how we help our clients scale with in-house growth teams, then fill in the form below, and I'll send you all the details, okay? You can apply here. You can use this link or go to the website. There'll be a survey. You can fill that in, and that's it. I hope to see you in the next video. Subscribe if you like it. It will motivate me to keep pushing the content. Cheers.